What's up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today I want to talk about the $1.9 trillion stimulus package that was actually officially passed just a few moments ago. Now, in this video, I want to break down what is included in this bill, what is not included in this bill, and what the next steps are, as well as what this means for you. So let's get started. Now again, I come to you guys in the middle of remodeling this YouTube studio, so please ignore this white blotch here, as well as the white blotch here, as I am filling some holes and painting them this weekend. But that brings us to this $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Now, I would like to apologize about my video I published last night. I published a video last night talking about how unemployment was an aspect of the bill that lawmakers finally agreed upon. This was around 8 p.m. yesterday, Friday, March 5th. And I got the comment from a number of people saying I was misleading them in that video by insinuating that the bill had passed and the bill was officially a law, which was not the case. My point of that video was basically saying that by agreeing to the terms of this one aspect of the bill, they were really kind of paving the way for the bill to be passed as a whole, not that the bill had actually been passed at that time. So I do apologize if my wording and the way in which I phrased this in that video led to some confusion. As of last night, the bill had not been passed. It was just that there was a number of aspects that needed to be agreed upon that did reach an agreement, and thus it was leading to them to be able to more easily pass the bill. So that was the point of that video, and I apologize if there was a disconnect in how I worded that. But then that brings us to today. So today is Saturday, March 6th, and as of about 5 minutes ago, news came out that the stimulus bill has officially passed in the Senate, which means it will be going to the House for a vote, and then it will shortly thereafter go to President Biden's desk for a final sign-off. Now, this is big news because this means that we are finally reaching the finish line of this third stimulus package. But now begs the question of what is and what is not included in this stimulus package. So number one is stimulus checks. So there are $1,400 stimulus checks that will be sent out per this package. You will not be eligible for a stimulus check if you make more than $80,000 as an individual or more than $160,000 as a married couple. There is no phasing out this time around. It will be a hard cutoff. So unlike last time, where if you made $75,000 or $80,000 or even $85,000, you could potentially qualify for a stimulus check, just a smaller portion of that check. This time around, there will be no phasing out. It will be a hard cutoff, and you either qualify or you do not. One big silver lining for people who are either college students, adult dependents, or for somebody who has a dependent, dependents will also be eligible for the $1,400. So if you have a dependent who is a college student, if you have an adult dependent, even if you have a child, you will be able to qualify for $1,400 on behalf of that person, which is substantially more than the last two stimulus checks where children received a smaller portion and adult dependents didn't receive anything. So that is a huge plus. Now again, this is something I've been beating like a dead horse in my videos the last couple of weeks. If you have not filed your taxes, do so ASAP, because you can get stimulus checks based off of your 2020 income. So if you're somebody who made more in 2019 than you did in 2020, then you want to file your taxes so that you can get that stimulus check that you are potentially eligible for. Next is unemployment. So there are kind of two pieces to the unemployment puzzle that have been implemented with this stimulus package. We have the PUA, which is the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, and then we have a tax break or a tax exempt portion of this unemployment. So let's first talk about PUA. So PUA is not going to be increased to $400 per week. This is something that was originally discussed, and I honestly thought that we were going to get it, but we will not end up getting that. Instead, it's going to stay at the $300 mark, which is where it's been for quite a while now, and it's where it's been probably since the end of summer of 2020. So we will just be getting $300 per week, but it is getting extended out until September 6th. So the weekly payment amount is not increasing, but the length of time in which it is going to be eligible and going to be open and people are going to be getting these funds is getting extended out substantially. If this package would not have passed, this benefit would have ended in the middle of March, but because this package now looks like it's going to be passing, then we will be seeing this extended until September 6th, 2021. Now for the tax break portion. So there is a tax exempt portion of the PUA program. So basically what it means is that if you are somebody who makes less than $150,000, then you could get $10,200 of unemployment. You could get that income tax free. So let's say, for example, you're somebody who makes less than $150,000 on your 2020 tax return. You received, let's say, $25,000 in unemployment benefits. Then the first $10,200 will be tax exempt, meaning you do not have to pay any taxes on that income. This will be reflected on your 2020 taxes. So if you're somebody who has not filed your taxes, then you can give this information in order to have that be reflected on your taxes, so you don't have to pay taxes on that $10,200. And if you're somebody who has already filed your taxes, then you can have them amended to reflect this new law, this new rule. So this is a big benefit for those of you who have been receiving unemployment. The first $10,200 is tax exempt, meaning you do not have to pay any taxes on this. Now, as far as the exact details of like when this will be implemented and how exactly this will work, I do not know that information as of now. I'm sure services like Credit Karma or TurboTax or even just your local accountant will get more guidance on how to implement this into their tax structure, their tax software. And I will also be making a video on this once I find out more information as well. But if you're interested in learning more about this specific credit, I would definitely recommend consulting an accountant. So as you guys know, a $15 minimum wage is not happening in this bill. Neither is any sort of incentive to get corporations to pay their employees more. This is something that was tossed around quite heavily, the idea of either doing a $15 minimum wage, and if not that, then doing some sort of tax penalty to businesses that did not pay their employees enough, and neither one of these is included in any form in this package. So this will be addressed at a later date. There is also pretty substantial funding going to COVID testing efforts as well as COVID vaccine efforts. There is also funding going to the effort of reopening schools and going to the aid and just overall support of K through 12 schools. There will also be rental assistance for struggling households as well. And the last program I want to talk about is the child tax credit. So the child tax credit is an amendment and kind of a change to the current child tax credit system. Basically, what this means is that if you have a child who is under the age of 6, you could get a $3,600 fully refundable tax credit. And for children between the ages of 6 and 17, they can receive a $3,000 child tax credit. This is fully refundable, meaning that typically and historically, tax credits are something that really only benefit people that make enough money to benefit from a tax credit. And if you're somebody who doesn't make a lot of money, then you're not able to really reap all of the benefits that come along with the tax credit, like the child tax credit. Well, with this amendment, you would be able to take advantage of it regardless of how much you make because of the fact that it is fully refundable. Now, this is only going to be redeemable for people who make $75,000 per year if they're an individual, $115,000 per year if they're a single head of household, or $150,000 per year if they are a joint married couple. Now, the exact way that this child tax credit is going to work is still a little bit up in the air. So as of now, you would get it in the form of a child tax credit, but there is discussions to make this potentially come in the form of monthly checks, almost like a cash advance style payment. And so instead of redeeming this child tax credit on your taxes, you could potentially just receive monthly payments for the entire year. The exact details of that and how that will work are still something that is up for discussion, so we do not know exactly how that will work out. But as of right now, there is that $3,600 or $3,000 child tax credit that will be fully refundable, which will be huge for people who have kids. Ultimately, though, you guys, this just barely scratches the surface of what all is included in this stimulus package. Of course, this is a over 600-page document, and there is a whole lot that is included here, and a lot of this was not discussed in this video. So if you're interested in me doing another deep dive of what is included in this package, leave a comment down below and I can definitely do that in the coming days. But overall, I think that this really covers some of the big programs that many of you are interested in and will benefit a lot of you guys who are watching this channel. But like always, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you have anything to add, make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.